Hi there, gorgeous! Naked Face coming at ya. Today we are testing out a lot of new products from Sephora. So this is a full face of first impressions and a wear test. Because you know, you can't just put products on and say I like them. You have to wear them throughout the day and figure out if you really do or not. I'm first going to apply an eyeshadow primer, as I always do. And this is the one from Milani. First product I'm using that's new at Sephora right now is from Huda Beauty. This is her matte and melted eyeshadows. So you have a matte formula on one side and then more of a, what appears to be a shimmer formula on the other side. So I'm going to apply that. It looks like a liquid lipstick. And once I've got enough applied like that, I'm going to go in with my MAC 242 brush, which is a great one for cream eyeshadows like this, and blend this in. Well, thankfully this does not dry super duper fast, so you do have some time to work with it and to blend it. The way that I blended this, by the way, is I've been wiping my brush in between, so I'm getting the excess off, and then I'm going back and using the bare bristles of the brush to blend out any residual. Well, that's an interesting color though, isn't it? It's pink. I ran into this with her Amethyst palette too. It's supposed to be a purple palette, but it really did lean very pink. So I think somebody needs to explain to Huda what purples look like, because this is not purple. I'm going to take the other eyeshadow that comes with this in the shade Bubblegum, and I wanted to apply this on the middle of the lid to see what that looks like. And taking my brush again, I'm going to tap that on. But I think I want to add a transition color in the crease simply because this is too pink. I need to break it up a little bit. So going in with the Too Faced Natural Matte palette, I'm taking Au Naturel at the bottom of the palette, and I'm applying a small amount of that directly into the crease. By the way, I also used the shade Risky Biz from the Too Faced palette, and I used that to define the outer V and the outer crease of the eye. Next product I have to try here is a liquid eyeliner. This is from a brand called Grande Liner. At least I think that's the brand. I think so. I had never heard of them before, but they say that this is more than just a liquid eyeliner. It's infused with eyelash enhancing serum. Boost your lashes, line your eyes. And this is in rich black, and they say that it is waterproof. So it looks like that. And if I open it up here, it's your standard felt tip liner. And swatch it on the back of the hand. Oh yeah. It's very rich, I will give it that. I'm barely touching my lid, and I have pure pigment being applied. Well, so far so good. No bleeding, no feathering, and I'm going to add a wing on the outer corner. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do the other eye first, then I'm gonna add my wing. Next product I have to try out here is from Urban Decay. This is their Brow Blade eyebrow pencil, and this is in the shade Ginger Snap. So you get, oh, okay, it's one of those. What is that? Okay, so I've never seen this before. It's the pencil on one end, and it looks like the ink stain on the other end for making brow strokes. Okay. Flawless brow that looks microbladed without the tattooed commitment. The two-step brow styler allows you to draw on super defined polished arches. Use the waterproof pencil to define the center and tail end of the brows, or just fill in sparse areas. Okay, okay. Well, let's try it. Okay, it's not bad at all. This reminds me a lot of the Ardell, I can't remember what it's called, but Ardell has a product like this too, where you could create hair strokes with what appeared to be a liquid eyeliner, and that is very natural looking. Hopefully you can see the detail of that. Trying to remind myself to breathe. Every time I do my brows with such precision, I have to hold my breath, I feel like. Ooh, I'm liking that. Okay, and I'm going to use the pencil side to fill in the remainder. Well, I'm liking that. It looks very natural on the brows. Once I dry my hair, you'll see that it's a great color match too. Went ahead and added a pair of false eyelashes. These are a new synthetic style that just arrived from my brand, Inky Minky Lashes. I'm so excited to announce these, and I'm working on the video right now. I'm photographing them, showing them on the eyes, etc., etc. A lot of work to put that video together, but hopefully I'll have it up this week. And these are in the style Giovanna. I named them after my daughter. They look a lot like her lashes too. She is very much blessed, I will say that. I'm glad she didn't get my lashes. Next product I'm trying out here is from Laura Mercier. This is her Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation. And I wanted to try this one because it's very hyped right now. A lot of people seem to really like it. The shade that I'm using is 1C0 Cameo. And according to the box, it's a medium to full coverage foundation, looks and feels like a second skin, which is what attracted me to it because I like foundations that look like that. Improves skin's natural luminosity over time for lasting radiance, hydrates, visibly smooths, and softens the skin. Provides 15 hours of moisturization. So I'm going to be interested to see if all of those qualities are true. I was a little nervous about the shade. I was, because if you go on Sephora's website, they have it set up to where you can put in other foundations and the shades that you are in those, and then it will tell you what your shade is in this foundation. So I was using CoverGirl as a reference, Chanel, Givenchy. I used a lot before I picked this shade, and every single one of them said that this would be my shade. So it looks like it is so far. It is blending in very nicely, my goodness. It's lightweight feeling on the skin too. It doesn't feel heavy, but it's providing beautiful coverage at the same time. That is simply beautiful. My goodness. What a difference. And it doesn't look at all like I'm wearing anything on my face. I mean, this is one that you could absolutely get away with. So we'll do the same thing over here. I'm really surprised at that color match, by the way. I mean, I really didn't think it was going to match me, but surprisingly it did. I don't have any primers applied, by the way. I always get asked if I wear primers when I do foundation wear tests. If I do, I will absolutely tell you, but usually I don't because, oh, by the way, I'm using the Fenty Beauty number 110 foundation brush on this side. I don't have time to apply primers when I'm doing my makeup on a daily basis, and I don't want to have to mess with that added step. I really don't. So when I'm testing out a foundation or a skincare product that promises to last a long time, I want to ensure that it's absolutely going to do that. And if it is going to do that, then that tells you you don't need a primer. So that's why I test my stuff out usually with no primers. I liked it with a brush too. Brush, sponge, doesn't matter the application, it's still flawless. Beautiful, love it. Next two products I have to test out are concealers. I got two because I wanted to try both of them. I figure I got two eyes, so why not? First one is the IT Cosmetics Bye Under Eye. And this is their anti-aging waterproof concealer. They claim that this one is full coverage. The other is from Giorgio Armani. This is their high coverage stretchable concealer. I have tried IT Cosmetics before. Didn't like them at all. This appears to be a new reformulation, I believe. So I wanted to test it again. I'm taking a very small amount because one thing I do remember with this concealer is that a little bit goes a very long way, and that's probably way too much. So I'm going to wipe the rest off of my finger and use what's here and blend that under the eyes. I may need to wipe my finger again because I feel like this is still too much. Yeah, I'm gonna wipe my finger. Boy, it's a very sticky concealer though, isn't it? It's so tacky, and I think that's one of the reasons why I initially didn't like it either, was because I'm not accustomed to formulas that feel that way. But the coverage is unmistakably gorgeous. It looks amazing. All right, we're going to try the Giorgio Armani on this side. And I've not had any success with anything from this line face-wise because everything is too yellow. It's very yellow based, and I'm more pink based. The shade that I'm using here is number 1. Number 1 has a standard doe foot applicator. So again, I'm not going to apply much of this concealer because in my experience, especially with the, see, this is way too much, I have to wipe it off. With the higher end concealers, usually a little bit goes a long way. And that's why I don't mind spending money when it comes to concealers, is because with the little amount that you use, yeah, it goes real far. I didn't see any new powders that I wanted to try, so I didn't pick anything new up. I'm going with my YSL powder with a big hole in it, and I'm going to set the under eye area quickly. Next new product at Sephora I'm testing out here is from Jouer. This is their Bouquet d'Amour 6 shade blush palette, and I want to use this one down here. I may mix it in with this one up here. Okay, so a little bit goes a long way. You don't need much on your brush when you're using these, which is a great quality. Whew, very vibrant, but beautiful on the cheeks. Last product I have to test out here is from a brand called Kaja. At least I think that's how you say it. And this is their Roll-On Highlighting Balm. This looks like such an interesting product. I'm gonna paint my face, literally. So that's what it looks like. And you're supposed to take your little roller ball here. Okay, now you really have to press the roller ball into the product to get it on there. You probably have to do the same thing on your skin. You probably have to really press it in. Eesh, which I don't like doing, but I'm not seeing anything here. No, it's messing up my face. Well, you know what? I'm going to attempt to put it on my hand so at least you can see what it does. It's okay. It does not go on your face though at all. I mean, I can't get it. It's there, it's just not very bright. Yeah, it's there. It's Okay, I gotta go dry my hair. A lot more to do today. I'll do some check-ins as we go throughout the day so you can see how everything looks. I think I need to blend out this blush a little bit more though. Out and about, busy running errands, and I wanted to stop and do a check-in on this face and let you know how everything is wearing up to this point. The foundation is looking dewy. That luminous quality about this foundation is really starting to come through, but it's not horrible. I mean, the foundation itself has not moved, and it does still look like skin on my face. I don't see any movement or patchiness, splotchiness. So far I'm really liking how that one looks. And this brow product, can we talk about the brows? I love that Urban Decay pencil. I love that it's got that ability to do the fine strokes on the inner corner there, and then you can fill in the rest of the brow with it. And this stuff is not budging. I mean, I love it. Hooey! Yeah, okay, it's been almost 12 hours at this point. We are 1 hour shy of 12 hours. This just looks so bad. The foundation has, yeah, completely fallen apart, and it looks splotchy now, especially if you look right here. Come on, focus. See right in there. Like right there, it's even missing from my face. And oh. Now, I did read in the comments on this foundation that there were some people with oily skin who wore it and really, really loved it, and they said it lasted well throughout the day. So, I have you know what? I'm going to try it again on Saturday with a primer, maybe a different powder, and see if I get a different result. But as of right now, I'm just not feeling it. Now, if we look at everything else here, the eyeliner still looks amazing. It did not flake, smudge, crack. It's very much intact. So 2 thumbs up for the eyeliner there. The brows, I am loving that new Urban Decay brow product. That is a fantastic makeup product, and I'd highly recommend it. The eyeshadow, you know, I didn't like it that much when I first applied it, and then initially after I applied it, but the more I wore it today, it started to grow on me a little bit more, but that middle shade has really disappeared. It's not anywhere near as vibrant as when I first applied it. So I don't think that I would be using that again personally. Yeah. Now, as far as the concealer goes, the Giorgio Armani side actually looks a little bit better than the IT Cosmetics side, but in IT Cosmetics' defense, I think I might have applied even still too much when I did apply it. So I'm going to try again next time I wear the Laura Mercier foundation to apply the smallest amount of that concealer and see if that makes a difference. So I did another wear test with the Laura Mercier foundation and the IT Cosmetics concealer this past weekend. And I'm still not really happy with the foundation at all. I applied the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder over the top of the foundation this past weekend because this is a great powder and it makes every foundation last a long time and look really great on the skin. Unfortunately, this is a really bad foundation because you can see what it looked like at the end of the day. Now, it was not greasy and shiny like it had been in the first wear test, but it really drew out the dry patches on my skin, and it did not look like that when I had first applied the foundation. It looked just as gorgeous as what I showed you in the first initial application results. And that is not a product of the powder either, because this powder is fabulous with most of the foundations that I have. So sadly, this is the mark of a really bad foundation. Looks great when you first apply it, but it does not wear worth a flip. And the IT Cosmetics concealer, this is another one that I want to love so badly. I'm wearing it again today. Provides the most beautiful coverage. It does. And it requires the tiniest amount. We're talking, let me show you how much I have been using with this stuff. Okay, this is how much I have been using under my eyes. That doesn't look like a lot. But let me tell you, it really, really, really is. Because it's such a thick formula, you can see how much coverage you get with that very tiny amount I had there. And that has been what I've been applying underneath my eyes. And it wears really well for about the first 5 to 6 hours, I want to say. But then when you take it to the 12-hour mark, it is crease city. So unfortunately, this is not one for me. As much as I want to love it, I just can't. And it could just be my skin type too. And I went a little further with testing these products out because sometimes it does make a difference if you use a different powder or if you apply a little less of the product next time. But in these 2 instances, it really didn't help either of these products. And I'm sad to say that because I had really high hopes for how beautiful the foundation was on my skin. And I do really love this concealer. I just may not wear it on days when I want something that is really long wearing. Let me know what you thought about these products. If you're interested in checking any of them out for yourself, I'll have all of them listed and linked for you below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.